Hey, so here's a short demo about our generate section views in Revit. It's part of generating true shape views, and since it's architectural, those are mostly section views or plan views. Those are the most common true shape views. Sometimes you get some for roofs, but we're going to go through this and see how to do it. So there it is. We get our information from the assignment guide Revit model file to use. So I've got that open right here, and here's the example of what it ends up looking like. Here's a section view, and it shows information about the ground, the floor, the slope of the earth, the sort of just what that all looks like. And then there's something called a call out that gives us more information that we can work in. Now, a lot of people would call this one a detail because it says, there it's essentially a post and pier detail, but since it's created from the model itself and everything is sized to the model itself, it's not general. It is for this model. It's called a call out, and you can see where it is right here. There it is. So let's go ahead and see how to do this. So first we're going to be in our site, and if we look up here, you can see what I did is I made a section view through here, and in the one that I gave you the line to make it along. So that's kind of cool. So we're going to make a section view. Most of you have seen that, but maybe not. So here's the view tab. And here's how you make a section. Click, and I'm just going to get right on that and work right across. And I can go however far I want. And look, this is how deep I'm looking. I don't want to look deep. I want to look very, very shallow. So I'm holding my left button down on that little tiny arrow right there, and I'm making it a very shallow section. And when I do that, when I go into the browser, it creates a section view for me. Double click, and there it is. So that's kind of cool. Now, I showed you what that really can look like. I'm going to post that for you so that if you want to, you can see it, but you don't need all that. I'm most interested that you can just create this section. So I'm going to turn off the crop view. I'm going to hide all of the cool things over here. Now in the other one, I didn't hide these. Okay, and I can even, if I want to, I can say I don't even need to see that whole crop view. I can cut that down just a little bit because there we go. And now I'm seeing what I'd like to see. Now let's take a look at this. You can see here it looks a little different. Okay, so that has been changed a little bit. I actually drew lines over it and made a region around it. Okay, so I can redraw some of this when I come over here and look at my section. I'm going to bring that over to this one so that I'm all together. So I can clean this up just a little bit. And I'll let you do any of the cleaning up that you'd like to do. But I think the best thing to do would be to make a region in here, or to take that building pad, click, okay, and see if we can maybe change that to be another type of structure. Okay, but I like it because my structure is all right there of what that's in there. So it probably is best. You could change that, but I'm going to go ahead and go into annotation and make that a region and just mask that all out. And so I can either just trace, click, 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 all the way. I'm tracing some lines and it's fairly quick. It doesn't take too long. And then you can do more work with this if you'd like to later. So I've basically made a region so that I can control what kind of fill it gets. And for instance, I can make it concrete or something like that. Let's see what that looks like if I do concrete for that. That looks pretty good. Okay. And I know it's not a concrete pad. I could put sand in there as an example. If I wanted to change this, I can always edit the type and go instead of concrete, I can do a diagonal crosshatch. Maybe I'll just do that just so that it looks like something. And I can call that my building pad and I can just talk about it. I can say things about it. So that would be, and I can turn off my crop region. That would be the minimum that I would like you to do. Go ahead and put something around there. If you want to go and put all these cool labels in it, here I left it as concrete. If you want to leave all of this on it, put the annotations on, that will be good. I'll make an image of that so that you can do so if you'd like. But the real thing, I just want to make sure that you know how to make a section view and then modify it with a annotation region. Okay, so there we go. That's the first part. Now the next part is to make a call out. I want a little more information about this area right here. And I want to put all sorts of stuff around it. Okay, so I want to add notes and put in a couple of dimensions and things like that. The reason I'm seeing two here is that one of this sets of ledgers goes out of the page and the other set, not ledgers, I'm sorry, joists. This set of joists goes back into the page. This set of joists comes out of the page at me. So, but I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in on center, what this beam is. And this, I did a drawing. I just made a drawing of it. Add some things. And here again, I put in a region here. And these are probably the topography, I think, but I'm not sure. No, there's a filled region again. So I made some filled regions to help me get this done, just like I did before. So how do I make that? Here I am in my section, and I'm happy with it. And I zoom in here, and then I do something called, in the views, I make a call out. Call out, right around there. Click, and then I click on the line, grab the little dot, and move this up. And that's going to tell me what the call out number is and what page it's on when I put it on a page. But what you're going to find is down here, it's just made a call out for me. And there it is. Isn't that cool? Okay, now in my other one, I made it 1/2 inch equals a foot. Look, that's looking pretty good right there. I don't even really need to change this much at all. I could just do this. I could call my beam. I could call my post. I think it's a good idea because that's not really quite tall enough. And I could edit that and make it a little bit taller. I could make the tops offset, um, you know, maybe a little bit taller so that it came right up to that beam. So I could do that. I could make that maybe my top offset is maybe 11 inches. Nope, goes the other way. Oh, because that's a minus. So I can get that a little bit closer if I want. And that's one of the reasons we like these true shape views. Cool. And then there's going to be some sort of an attachment here. So this one's fine. I don't really have to do any drawing to this one. I just need to put my text in if I want to. So this would be cool. And again, I generally turn off the crop region. It's not necessary. And then the last thing to do is put it on a sheet. And so here we go. I'm going to right click on the sheet, new sheet. Most of you have been through this. I'm going to do 11 by 17 because it's already there. And I can just drag these into place. So there's that one. And here's my call out. And once I do my call out, look, it changed the number for me. Okay, now I've got it. So if you want, this would be the minimum that I'd like to have you do. And if you would like, you can go through and put all of this writing on. And I will add this into the announcement for you so that you have an image of it. Okay, and what gets turned in is your PDF of your sheet. So PDF of your sheet, and your Revit file. And remember, this is in Revit 2026 because that's how I got started for the semester. And so you'll have to go onto your VMware Design 2025 portal to get your Revit 2026.